And then on to our second piece
Yes.
on the agenda is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. Now, I don't know what you've been doing, but I basically watch it every day. Just the highlights or the summary in 45 minutes or whatever of what's happened that day. But it is absolutely hilarious.
It's wild.
She is the biggest liar. Like, people are going to be like, oh, you're just saying that. Honestly, the evidence mounts up.
Yeah.
She is lying. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It was even her sister. They asked her, and did you see any marks on Miss Heard's face that weekend of Coachella, I think it was?
Yeah, something
where
like
she
that.
claimed that she was badly bruised. No, I didn't. Because there were none.
Exactly. The funniest thing though was Johnny Depp's reactions though.
Oh,
like
they
Amber
are
will
great.
say something and he just shakes his head or just starts laughing. And you're like, he just doesn't care anymore. He's just like, right.
Have you
whatever.
seen what he does? He sits and does drawings.
Yeah.
Or he like fiddle with the sweets and stuff. It's quite
Yeah.
funny.
I know.
I was surprised when I heard. I wonder why he didn't look at her, but he did tell her that she would never see his eyes again.
It's fair enough though. Like,
But
it's the way. It's the whole like career ending thing. So Johnny Depp's basically been cancelled, but then Amber Heard goes and does another Aquaman movie.
the best part.
It's like, right? How's that fair?
Did you hear the voice recording? And she's like crying. He goes, Aquaman.
Johnny Depp's a legend though. Like,
I love him. Like Pirates of the Caribbean. There was a stat apparently Disney Plus. I think all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, there's been like 2 million extra views
oh yeah.
because of the whole case, and like everybody is going back to watching it because you look on TikTok, there's all these scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean mocking the trial.
Yeah.
Basically it was talking about him having a jar of cocaine and then there's that scene, it's like, I've got a jar of dirt.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched a few of them, the class movies, and I get that he's obviously everybody has their demons and their problems, but I feel like there has been evidence stacked against her that she has personality disorders, 2 different types of personality disorders. And I remember watching Joe Rogan podcast and he was saying like, she's dangerous. Like, she is dangerous. She's the type of girl that, you know, will ruin you because she's very attractive looking. She can
That's how
entice you in.
in like not. This is where we get into dangerous territory.
Yes.
Just disclaimer, just a trigger warning.
We are neutral.
We are very neutral, but
We're just talking about the evidence.
she comes across as the type of woman who uses her looks and everything to get what she wants.
Yeah.
And
Men do that too.
yeah, and to get out of things.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole cult of celebrity thing with her.
Yeah.
I think she just, like, you'd be surprised how many celebrities have like a personality disorder because that's what they use to get to where they are.
You know what really shocked me though? Remember their whole divorce settlement? She got 7.5 million or 7 million, I think it was.
7, I think.
And she pledged that she would donate 3.5 to the Children's Hospital in LA, and I can't remember where the other half was going. And she was on some talk show, and she said that she had given it. And is it Camille? I can't remember the second name of Johnny Depp's lawyer, but she basically was like, "And you haven't done this?" And she's like, "I pledged it," and she was like, "No."
It's not the same.
Have you given it? Which you stated that you had. She's like, "No, I haven't been able to facilitate this because Johnny's suing me." And it's like, why? Like, you're trying to win a case here, and there's just more lies that are coming out.
Plus, I reckon, how much does she make per Aquaman? That's probably a minimum percentage of what she's made from Aquaman.
Yeah.
The first one, not including the second one after the whole divorce thing.
Yeah.
So, like, to come out and say that you've pledged it because you're fighting a lawsuit.
Yeah.
It's like, well, doesn't really make sense because you're already a multi-millionaire. If you sold one of your LA homes, I'm sure you'd get 20 million. So, like, why can you not just give it? Wouldn't be that hard.
No, I hate watching people. You know, sometimes you get also stepping in dangerous territory, but everything has false accusations. That's something
Yeah.
I've hated throughout my life.
Yeah.
And people can ruin your life with false accusations.
Yeah.
And it's like, probably one of the most dangerous ones is accusing someone falsely of, sexual
Yeah.
misconduct or sexual abuse, rape. I look at that and I go, could you imagine that happened to you?
Exactly.
Like, it's scary, the fact that, yes, if you're guilty of it, that's a different story, but could you imagine being on that side where you're being accused of something that you have not done, and it's ruining your life and reputation, and there's nothing you can do really about it? And fair play to him for standing up and going after her. 150 million.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in law, but if she doesn't have that 150 million, where does it come from?
So it gets to the point where she then has to sell off possessions. So it's the same as being in debt to a bank. They will come out and look around your home and say your TV's worth
So could
£500. Yeah.
Oh, what a guy.
It's the exact same. So TV, £500, we'll take that. That's £500 written off. Your car, 20 grand, we'll take that, 20 grand.
That's crazy.
But then if she doesn't have it, then it'll just like default, so she'll just go bankrupt. So she'll basically have to go to your bank and say, look, I can't pay this, I need everything to be underwritten. But then that makes her stock and everything go way, way, way down.
I always just think of the Office scene. Michael's going,
Yeah.
I declare bankruptcy.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so that's pretty mad.
It's wild.
But I do see if you're gonna accuse someone so harshly of something, you do deserve to risk losing a lot.
Exactly. But there must be something in the back of her mind that is making her that made her say all this anyway. Surely you don't think that you're going to get away with that, because the truth always comes out in the end, no matter what.
It's very bizarre behaviour, but they're both actors, and maybe he is hiding something, who knows, but he does seem genuinely hurt. Like, I believe him so much more than her.
Yeah.
And it's not because of public opinion. Like, I did sit and watch it, and there are times I look at her and go, she is genuinely upset.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for her, but it's just the evidence is mounting against her. Like, that whole, do you remember was it the makeup pad?
Yeah.
She was saying how she used to use this, and they were like, well, we didn't make this until 2 years later.
Yeah.
Like, the product wasn't even alive.
If you're going to lie about something, at least get the facts right.
Correct.
At least make it believable so that nobody can say, actually, no, that categorically did not happen because XYZ.
But you know what? Her career's ruined after this.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's
Nobody
going
can
to take
employ
her on.
No.
So I think
it's going to get to the point where she's going to try to save face, so she's going to try to claw back a bit of her reputation. Because at the minute she's just known as
a liar.
A liar. Yeah.
And there hasn't even been the decision made yet. However,
I mean, whenever the judge is rolling her eyes at some of your answers, that's when you know that you should maybe not go down the road that you're currently halfway down.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. Is there another week of it? Another 2 weeks before the jury decide?
Definitely another week. I'm not sure if it's another 2. But definitely next week.
Apparently later on, well, obviously they're 5 hours behind, but apparently he's being called up as a witness. So that will be interesting.